Is it ever possible to really finish your family tree? Well, by finishing a family tree, that's kind of a relative term. And so today we're going to talk about what to do when you finish your family tree. Now, the first thing I invite you to do when you finish your family tree, or even before you do, is to update your will. Now, previously, I interviewed a lawyer who is also a genealogist, and she said how important it is to write into your will that your digital assets can go to an heir. And that is something that Ancestry has also given you information about what to do for managing a deceased person's account. They need evidence that you are the heir and that you can get access to that information. So the best thing you can do is make sure that you include that your heirs can inherit the access to your accounts. Now, not every platform is going to respect that, so why don't you do Plan B? And Plan B is to create a list of passwords and user IDs so that your heirs can receive that when you pass away. Now, I wouldn't necessarily keep that online, and I know there are some programs that some of my colleagues recommend for tracking your passwords. I don't keep my passwords online. Almost all of my passwords are in my head, except for the strange ones that I always have to just reset my passwords because I never remember what they are. But make sure your heirs know how to log in. Bare minimum, let them know what email account you are using for these different websites, because they can reset a password if they have access to the email. And I would highly recommend you do this soon. My brother has lost access to his Ancestry account because he's changed his emails multiple times. We can't remember what the login is, and it's a big old hootenanny problem about getting into his family tree on Ancestry, and he's living. So make sure you take some time to keep a list of your logins and make sure that it's in your safe deposit box or something that your relatives can access when you pass away. The next thing I'm going to recommend is, once you've pretty much researched all you can research about a family, is to make a project. When you make a project rather than just put stuff in a genealogy software and online tree, then people can access and connect with their heritage in new ways. I'm going to give you 3 examples, but if you have other project ideas, let us know in the comments section below. The first thing you can do is you can use My Canva. Now, My Canva connects with an Ancestry subscription, and you can produce charts, and you can do a family history books and prints and all kinds of things you can create. I just highlighted a couple of the most popular ones there. Speaking of charts, you can contact family chart masters or other wall chart creators and have them create a display for you. Now, keep in mind, if you have a huge wall and you're trying to pass that on to your heirs, do you have heirs that have that much space for such a large thing? So feel free to go ahead and make a large chart for your wall, and then make some smaller projects for your heirs. And why not give it away before you pass away? My lawyer friend said, actually, if you pass things on before you pass away, then you don't have to worry about probates and things get to the right people soon enough. So consider going to Chartmasters or some of the other ones I will be linking in the blog post over on familyhistoryfanatics.com of some other wall chart places that you can try out and create a project from your tree. I love video. You're watching a video. You know how much I love video. So consider making family history videos. Now, this video is over in our channel memberships. All you have to do is click the join button right next to the subscribe button here on Family History Fanatics. There is a nominal monthly fee, and you can watch that video and learn how to make really great family history videos that might make your relatives cry. I know I've made some that made my mother-in-law cry in a good way. The next thing I'm going to invite you to do is make your research public. If you're finished, make your tree public, because when you pass away, not all of your relatives are going to care about your tree, the ones who can inherit access to your family tree. So why don't you make it public so that third cousin, once removed, who was really into your surname, can have access to the great research that you created? Next, I'm going to invite you to put your tree everywhere. So maybe it's time you go to Family Search and you spend the time it is necessary to merge the duplicate and clean up the branch and share your information there. You can also upload a GEDCOM to their archive part of the site. You can't really push it into the tree, but you can save a copy of your GEDCOM on Family Search. Also consider putting your stuff on WikiTree, on Ancestry, on MyHeritage, and any other platform out there that preserves family trees. Make your one tree public and then migrate it to other locations as well. And if you've watched this channel enough, you know how important I think it is to write family stories. The sooner you write the story, the better. So I took a year and I wrote the first drafts of over 120 narratives about my ancestors. And now I can spend the rest of my life making those stories into published books, either scrapbooks like the one you see right there, or a text-based book with pictures like the one right there. I've also taken time to write my personal history. I've written about participating in beauty pageants. I have the first 3 years in print form. I have the other 4 years in a draft. Anybody can pick up where I left off if they have access to my Google account. So make sure that you spend some time writing stories. Now, I hope you have a long life with lots of research discoveries and writing family stories, and you don't pass away anytime soon. But go ahead and prepare for what you're going to do when you're done with your family tree. If you want more tips and tricks on how to write your family stories, be sure to check the playlist above. And if you're ready for the latest video from Family History Fanatics, check out this video right here. Now, I hope that you can have a life full and long in doing burp too. Ugh.